guys. Hey guys. Hey guys. It's Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing absolutely amazing today. Absolutely amazing today. I'm doing good. I haven't filmed for a while. It just hasn't felt like natural. It feels like I'm forcing myself to film, but today it feels good. I'm ready to film. I have Patreon videos to film. I have main channel videos to film. It feels like a good day. So I'm excited to film some stuff for you guys, and we're just going to be doing a chatty video, but it's going to be random facts. So sit back and relax and listen to, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 random facts. Now, these are coming from cosmopolitan.com. It is 167 random fun facts that'll make you the hit of every party. And like I said, I've picked 22 that I'm going to go through and read to you guys and just kind of chat about them. I'm going to be doing a random facts video over here, and then on my Patreon it will be a little bit more personal, and I have, I think, 10 to 15 random facts about myself. So if you're interested in that, go check out my Patreon. It's $5 a month for 5 videos a month. So go check that out if you're interested in that. But besides that, let's get started with these 22 random facts. So, number 1. Chainsaws were first invented for childbirth. They were developed in Scotland in the late 18th century to help aid and speed up the process of symphysiotomy, widening the pubic cartilage. Sorry, I didn't know it was going to be medical. And the removal of disease-laden bone during childbirth. That's absolutely terrifying. I hate that. We went through and picked ones that I thought were interesting, and I did not read the description. I just read chainsaws were first invented for childbirth, which I thought was interesting. Sorry, there's a car or a big truck. No matter when I film, there's always noises, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, okay. Chainsaws were first invented for childbirth. Let's move on. Next up, Australia, is wider than the moon. The moon is 3,400 kilometers in diameter, while Australia's diameter from east to west is almost 400 kilometers. Next up, people are more creative in the shower. When we take a warm shower, we experience an increased dopamine flow that makes us more creative. I don't know if I can actually say I feel more creative in the shower, but I definitely feel like I think more in the shower. Unless I'm jamming out to some good music, I do feel like I think more in the shower. Next, baby rabbits are called kits. Cute. So the next time you see a baby rabbit, don't say, "Oh my god, look at that cute baby rabbit." You could say, "Look at that little kit." Or those kits. I don't know. That's interesting though. I never knew that. Next up, the unicorn is the national animal of Scotland. It was apparently chosen because of its connection with dominance and chivalry, as well as purity and innocence in the Celtic mythology. Okay, mythology. I was gonna say unicorns. Interesting. National animal of Scotland. That's cool. I mean, that's interesting, right? I feel like if you told someone this, they would be like, "I don't believe you." That one specifically. Next up is a chef's hat has 100 pleats. Apparently, it's meant to represent the 100 ways you can cook an egg. Wonder if Gordon Ramsay knows that. I have never worn. Okay, when I was in pastry school, before we got our uniforms, which was a chef's coat, pleated pants. Okay, I'm so so sorry. It really sounds like that truck is just going around in circles really, really fast. What was I saying? We got a chef's coat, an apron, pants, and a skull cap, which is like the little tiny things that like surgeons wear, but ours were just white and had like Velcro on the back just to keep our hair in. But before we got those, we wore disposable chef's hats. I can still hear that truck. I'm so sorry, I don't understand. Disposable ones, and those had the pleats, and they were so dull and so annoying. I'm glad that we didn't have to actually wear things like that in school. But yeah, 100 pleats. That's interesting to me as someone who went to pastry school. Alright, next up we have Walt Disney currently holds the most Academy Awards. Disney won 26 Oscars over the course of his career and was nominated 59 times. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, all of those early movies of his were like kind of iconic to the time, so it makes sense that he won so many. When did he die? Like, I don't even have like a time idea of when he died, but 26 is a lot. I wonder who is next closest in that. Okay, number what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Number 8. The Easter Island heads have bodies. In the 2010s, archaeologists found that 2 of the Pacific Island figures actually had torsos that measured as high as 33 feet. So they just like buried these things in the ground. That's interesting. The Easter Island heads are very interesting to me. Does anyone know why they're there? If you do, put in the comments for another fun fact. Next up we have the last letter added to the English alphabet was J. The letter dates back to 1524, and before that the letter I was used for both the I and J sounds. That's very confusing. I'm glad they added in a J, because the English language that would then be even more confusing without the J. So I'm glad it's there. Alright, and then we have ketchup was once sold as medicine. The condiment was prescribed and sold to people suffering from indigestion back in 1834. I wonder if that still works. I don't know if I would want to just eat ketchup, but if you have nothing on you, maybe you could try doing that, eating some ketchup. Okay, all the clocks in Pulp Fiction are set to 4:20. Looks like we're gonna have to rewatch the film to prove it. I've never seen Pulp Fiction, but I will definitely keep that in my brain for whenever I do watch the movie, because it looks interesting. I've just never like gotten around. I'm really bad at watching new movies because I get bored sometimes. Like if you put me in a movie theater, I'm okay because I like the ambiance and the experience, but just at home, I'll be like on my phone or on my computer. So 4:20, gotta look out for that. You can't hum if you hold your nose. Hands up if you tried. I will not be trying right now, but you guys should definitely give that a try unless you're too sleepy to do it. But yeah, you can't hum if you hold your nose. Can you hum if you're like have like a cold and you're really stuffy? I wonder. I feel like you can't. I feel like that just like you have to be able to breathe through your nose to do that. Weird though. Very weird. Alright, our next one is everyone's tongue print is different. Like the fingerprint, it has unique features that differ from person to person. I wonder if they've ever needed to use that for any reason. But I get that's just a cool fact, and it makes sense that your tongue print is different. Like, why would your, like, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense that everyone's tongues would be exactly the same, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so I'm not going in order, and the next is number 73. The shortest commercial flight in the world takes place in Scotland. Regional airline Logan Air flies between the islands Westray and Papa Westray. The journey is just 1.7 miles and takes 90 seconds. I wonder what the point of that is. Like, can you not drive? Probably not, because it's the island. Interesting. Alright, we're going to 112 next. 112. The Caesar salad recently turned 100 years old. It was invented in July 1924 by Caesar Gardini, an Italian chef who owned a restaurant in Tijuana, Mexico. An Italian chef who owned a restaurant in Mexico. Interesting. I love Caesar salads. It's like my favorite salad dressing. So when I saw that, I'm like, that's really cool. Tell me in the comments your guys' favorite salad dressing. I don't like ranch very much, so Caesar is like my go-to at restaurants. I also don't like a Caesar salad. I just like Caesar dressing. Like, I think romaine lettuce is what goes on it. Yeah, I don't really like that. I usually just put it on like spinach and mixed greens. If you don't like salad, maybe it's the lettuce. Put it on a different type of lettuce, because I did not like salads until I realized there was multiple different types of lettuce for salads, which is weird, but I don't know. Skipping all the way to 140. 140. Wind is actually silent. What we hear is the wind blowing against an object. I guess that makes sense, but like the whistling, when wind like whistles, is a crazy sound. Where I used to work, we would keep the back door propped open just a little bit because not everyone had a key to get in, and when it would thunderstorm, we would get a hoop, something like that, we would always be able to hear the wind whistling so loud in the bakery. Very crazy. Alright, we have 4 left. Next is the Atlantic Ocean is saltier than the Pacific Ocean. Did someone like test that? Can you taste it? That's really weird. I don't go to the ocean very often, especially like on either side of the country. I'm always so bad on what side of the country, the Atlantic, and what side the Pacific is on. But that's interesting. I wonder how that gets tested. I wonder how like sodium gets tested. Alright, we're almost done. 148. If you Google the world askew, the entire page will tilt. Warning, it might make you feel sick. I actually want to try that right now. Oh, I need to go to Google first. I'm struggling. It does. It's not very obvious, but it is definitely crooked. That's interesting. Definitely give that a try. Alright, now where was I? Alright, Cosmo. Weird. It definitely tilted, but it was just like only a little bit off center, so I didn't notice it first. Okay, 160. Panda bears spend the majority of their waking hours sleeping. They have been known to eat for 12 hours straight. What a life to live, just to eat food for 12 hours straight. Sounds like my kind of life. Panda bears are adorable. Also, I thought that would just be a really like cute fact to add in. But we're on our last one, and this is just random. There are 2 main shapes of popcorn: butterfly and mushroom. Mushroom is when the kernel pops in a more uniform way, while the butterfly is more explosive. So take a look at that the next time you have popcorn. I know I definitely will. I don't know what it means in a uniform way and explosive, but they should put pictures in to show me what they're talking about. But very interesting. Very, very interesting. That is the last of our 22 facts. Like I said, there are 167. So if you guys found this interesting, either go look on cosmopolitan.com, literally just Google Cosmopolitan 167 random fun facts, or I can make another video with more fun facts because I love just talking to you guys. These are my favorite types of ASMR videos. Not just to make, but to listen to, just someone chatting about something. Oh, it's so nice. Maybe next time I'll find something to tap on to make it a little bit more triggery. So yeah, but that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it was interesting. Definitely hope it was interesting. Tell me your favorite fact below, or tell me a random fun fact, and we can make another video with your guys' random fun facts. So, I don't know, I think that would be fun. If you guys want the personalized random fun fact facts about myself, make sure you go check out Patreon to see that. Like I said, $5, 5 videos a month. If you don't want more content, totally fine. I appreciate every one of you that just watches my YouTube videos.